think it's time for the first watermelon of summer. So I thought it would be fun to share real quick how to pick the perfect watermelon, because you're probably going to be picking them all summer long. So she needs to be so heavy. We gotta get the biceps going here. Big, creamy yellow spot. And then you'll notice a lot of these scratch marks. Those are really, really good. You also want some nice webbing as well. Like you'll see it's very well webbed. It's creamy yellow. It's super heavy. It looks absolutely delish. So let's see what the first watermelon of the summer is gonna look like. Oh, baby. I don't think it gets more perfect than that. I also took a paper towel and washed down the rind, so I always suggest washing it as well. A delicious bite of watermelon. So I also wanted to do a little check-in. I have not vlogged really this week since I've gotten home from Arizona. I needed the week to edit, to get organized. So I haven't done a great job vlogging. I got home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today's Friday. I've just been working days. Today I had some time finally. Did a little meal prep, 3 protein little treats using protein powder. There's so many other ways to get proteins that are not powders, believe me. So you saw that I made the strawberry coconut cashew bars. So I still had some of that coconut cashew butter. I just made coconut cashew bars today, but you saw those in my last video. I experimented with a Rice Krispie treat. Right now it's very soft and malleable. I don't know, we can try to do, like, it's not like a true authentic Rice Krispie treat. So this is like a little dessert in my breakfast. And then I've been experimenting with Sprout Living in a banana bread. So a protein banana bread. It's definitely not perfect. On the way to a perfect recipe. So anyways, I am so overdue to take my puppy for a walk right now. Take Lucy girl for a walk because she's acting depressed. And so yeah, it's Friday night. It's Memorial Day weekend. I have a wedding to go to this weekend. Super excited. So there's a lot of activities involving that wedding this weekend. Have some fun. So ciao, ciao. Absolutely captivated by the Swedish candy trend on TikTok. I caved and I supported as small as I could. I tried to find the smallest business to get Swedish candy. So here we go. It's here. Thank you from Seaside Sugar Shop. Okay, package is secured and look who's waiting for me. Are you sunbathing, Miss Princess? Come on, let's go inside. The pavement's hot. Ciao! My mother's yoga bunnies. Normally I'm not a fan of knickknacks, but I think this is cute because my mother loves yoga and bunnies. I don't think this is a better way to describe my mother. Okay, so anyways, today's June 3rd, 5:19 p.m. I've been waiting since like 9 a.m. for my pod. I was so hopeful that my pod would be delivered today in the morning so I could like work on it all day and unpack it box by box. There's a plane going by. Anyways, you know how you get this like idea in your head and you just want to be a toddler and then throw a fit because the idea didn't go as you perfectly planned it in your head? I was gonna try a new restaurant tonight. We were gonna like, you know, go out in the town after the pod was done, but now the pod's not being delivered to 5:30 and I'm just hoping for the best. And look at me, I'm like staring off into the distance because I'm just so hungry. I literally can tell myself to either be a 5-year-old and have a temper tantrum with how today has kind of gone and the expectations that I had and the plans and the ideas that I had, or I could just say it is what it is, take a deep breath, reevaluate, and keep moving on. Like, it's all a matter of what's up in here and how we address it and how we create that zest. Fake it till you make it. Okay, so I was super impatient and I immediately already opened the doors. And if you look over there, that white drawer set from the last vlog, you'll see it was right here. Yeah, this thing's so dirty. We didn't secure it properly. I had a feeling it was gonna fall. It did fall. So that I've already taken out because I don't even want to show that on camera. Everything else, I'm hoping, is fine. I think. No, it's not. So the rugs fell in the mat. But otherwise, I think it did okay. It's all good. It made it. I worried for like 10 days. Pot is here, and it's time to go to dinner. I look like trash. I don't have any makeup on. I had to run out the door, but she's back. She just had her nail appointment. Insert better close-up of the nails. It takes a lot of maturity and like growth on my part, just accepting Caroline. It's not necessarily that you have to give it up. You just are allowed to take a break from it. You're gonna think this is so silly. I'm talking about nails, but I'm talking about a lot of things. If you've watched my vlogs for years now, if you've followed me on social media, on like Instagram, you know that like my identity was getting nail designs for a while. Like, not my identity. It's very dramatic, but something that I loved was getting nail designs. In January, I said no more nail designs. Everywhere I've gone so far, they could take an extra hour to do nail designs. I don't have that time to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours in a nail salon. They cost anywhere from $20 to $30 more on a manicure, and that goes with other things too. There's so many areas of my life right now where I'm like, oh my God, you're not doing as much as you did. Like, you used to speak Italian every day. Like, you tried to practice your Italian every day. You would do all the apps, you would listen to music, you would watch movies, you would stay on top of practicing your Italian. And for like the past 2 or 3 months, I haven't done a single lick of like keeping up on my Italian. Or, wow, I'm starting to get really hot, so I'm gonna wrap this up. It's like 90 degrees in my car right now. Life is a matter of picking and choosing. I could sit here and focus on all the things I'm not doing today that my past self was doing, or I could say my past self was wishing to be seated here today doing the things that I get to be doing, being who I am, getting to this level in life. Does it ever benefit us to live in the past? No. Or does it benefit us to try to always live in the future? No. We live here for today. The rant's over. Officially breaking a sweat. Ciao, ciao. The day just absolutely flew away from me. I've had my stuff from Arizona sitting in my garage now for like 2 weeks. I just have been procrastinating it because designing my own areas of the house has been very overwhelming. I'm sure many of you have obviously experienced this, but moving in somewhere is not an overnight process. It is living there, finding out where things go, finding out where to put things, and I definitely think I've been so overwhelmed of how to decorate, where to put furniture, what to put in all of this furniture, like how do I store this, how do I store that? Instead of just like shoving it all, I kind of wanted everything to have like a very specific home, but I guess I've just come to terms with like, you just gotta like start living in it and start doing things, and then a month from now, months from now, you'll be like, you know what, no, I'm gonna reorganize how I do this and that. So much of it I want to know, and I've hit a reality check of you don't get to know, you have to live by doing to know, if that makes any sense. I'm just checking in, I guess. We're gonna head downstairs here right now and do some cooking. It's almost 6:30. I'm starving. I've been going all day. I still have plenty to do, but at what point do you just be like, that's enough and let's enjoy a summer evening? I wanted to use up a recipe from my recipe video, which was the harissa tahini sauce. That was like the sauce that I still had plenty left over. I was able to just absolutely demolished the bean salad in like 3 days or 4 days. I split it up into smaller containers and then like ate it with something every day, whether it was like chicken or lettuce or stuff like that. And then the rose dressing, I've just been making salads every day and kind of using that rose strawberry dressing. But I still have plenty harissa sauce because I don't like spicy. So I needed to use it up. I cheated. I used a slaw mix to make a red pepper harissa tahini slaw. So it's basically just slaw mix, thinly sliced red peppers, lots of extra cilantro because it really needs a herb to cut through the fattiness from the tahini, the insane spiciness from the harissa. I added a bunch of vinegar too, one to cut through the heat for me because I cannot handle the heat, but I want to be able to eat this tonight. And then vinegar really helps break down that cabbage. And to go with it, I am making potatoes. I'm gonna use some leftover blackening seasoning because it's not just for blackening protein. You can also use it to make like flavorful things in your kitchen. And then my famous za'atar chicken. Why do I say famous? That's so dramatic. Because my first recipe video that went viral, the recipe video that put me on the map, that also I don't even want to recommend you guys ever go back and look at because I touched my hair. Let's not talk about it. But that recipe video went viral for me at the time. It was a big deal for me at the time. And in that, I made za'atar marinated chicken in that recipe video. And I don't think I loved the pictures that I had took of that recipe. I needed to like taste test it again. So I've taken that recipe off my website for like a year now, and I've gotten multiple comments on that recipe video of like, where's the za'atar chicken recipe? Like, we don't see that marinade. She doesn't have it anymore. It's time to put it back on the website. So yeah, I'm just hungry and we're checking in and my den is coming together. Do you guys want to see it? Let's go look at the den. So I know the rug on a rug might be weird for some, but I wanted color and just depth into this room. I'm gonna probably put a plant over here if I'm keeping the random ottoman there. I don't like that the ottoman is there, but I have nowhere to put it because I have this nice coffee table that I really like. And then back here, I have kind of like this, you would call it maybe like a TV console or something like that, but instead we've got a mirror because I feel like mirrors help make a room feel bigger. Some art that I thrifted in Arizona, more art. My favorite art piece that I got while I was in Arizona. This is actually passed down from me by my aunt. She got this ceramic in Italy and it's like one of my favorite things of all time. So happy to have that back. And then I also have this like citrusy painting. I don't know where that's going yet. I really hate the frames on both of these. This is just an ugly like brown yellowy color that I don't like, and then this one's just too dark of a frame. Rather than pay the money to get new frames and get them reframed, just newspaper, tape around, and spray paint both of these one day. I have lots of wall space. Obviously, I know that the room is very lacking color, but hopefully that's what the art will bring to the table, as well as like putting a plant. Like I said, I want to put maybe like a big plant here. And then these are going up on Facebook Marketplace because they're just too much. I want simple. I have so much else going up on Facebook Marketplace. So anyways, let's go downstairs and make some food. I have the oven at 425. I already threw the potatoes in there. Thinking back to all this, I should have used 2 chicken breasts, like 4 potatoes, and just done them all on the same tray. So with 1/3 cup of olive oil, I would say it actually would be good for like 4 or 5 chicken breasts, or do the smart thing where it's like make a 1-sheet tray, roasted tray goodness of chicken and potatoes. The only issue is with this marinade is I use a whole lemon because zestful queen, but lemon, as good as it is to tenderize the meat, it can start making the meat not so great. So it can't marinate for too long is what I'm trying to say. You really only want to marinate the meat or whatever you're doing for maybe an hour. If you want to marinate it all day, save the lemon juice and zest for like the last hour that it's marinating. In goes the chicken. Everything is in the oven roasting. I have the salad done. I'm just gonna clean up and pour myself a glass of wine. Ciao, buona domenica. It is Sunday. Last we chatted was on Friday. Made the delicious, scrumptious, incredible za'atar chicken. It was so good. Kind of checked out. Didn't really even talk about the chicken, even though it was unreal. And it doesn't have to be chicken. It can be any type of fun protein marinade. You can even marinate veggies in it. Anything you can marinate. It'd be so good. Yesterday, I also checked out and didn't really want to film. Long day, great Saturday, didn't really vlog. Today is Sunday. It's been a heavy work day, but a very grateful day to just get a lot done. I've been tackling so many boxes. I tackled my spin bike. I was able to put it downstairs. It took some time. Never underestimate, which I'm sure you don't, but I always underestimate how much time it's going to take to put furniture together, to put a room together, to bring boxes, to go through boxes. Like, that could take a whole afternoon, a whole half a day, a whole day, honestly. Little by little, piece by piece. And I also today had some fun making a tiramisu. Tiramisu, pick me up, because it's a coffee dessert. So famous to Italy. If you don't know tiramisu, then I don't know where you've been and what you've been doing, but I made tiramisu because it's Father's Day and I'm going over to my dad's right now. I'm actually late, so I need to shut up and get in the car. But I made his favorite dessert in the world. It needs cocoa powder. It's just a beautiful dessert that just showcases the Mediterranean and the Italians and how they think. It's a cookie that was probably stale, dipped in some leftover coffee with some probably leftover zabaione that one had made, mixed with some mascarpone, and they called it a dessert. I don't know the origins. I'm sure there's actually like a true story. Maybe it is a from scratch recipe creation, but in my mind it just makes sense that like some nonna so long ago was like, I have these cookies, I have some leftover espresso that I don't dare put down the drain or throw away. I'm not gonna throw away these cookies. You know, that mindset of just, you don't throw it away, you use it up. And how do you use it up? You make a beautiful dessert. So I don't know, I love it. It makes me happy, makes me zestful. So anyways, that's about it. Ciao, ciao. Dearest gentle reader, no, I'm kidding. I've been watching Bridgerton, binging it because I can't find any good shows or movies to watch right now, and because I watched season 3, I decided to watch all of Bridgerton, and it just positively just, oh, so good. Anyways, I haven't started really editing a ton of this video yet, but I have a feeling by now I need to wrap it up. But I have one more recipe I really want to make really quickly, please. I want to go full circle here to the beginning of the video when I was talking about like protein treats and all that kind of stuff. The fridge interrupts me every single time. Or is it the ice maker? Maybe it's the freezer. No, I don't know what it is. Stop. Listen, okay, this is an OG. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm seeing it start to trend again on TikTok because this girl named Alex Earl, which I'm sure you're familiar with, this recipe, which is chickpea blondies, I've been making since college, and I'm old. I went to college 2015 to 2019. It is 1 can of chickpeas, drained and rinsed, half a cup of nut butter. I like to use peanut butter because it's the most flavorful, and I love chocolate peanut butter anything. And then you need sweetener of choice. A lot of people use maple syrup. I like using regular sugar. I think it's the best for texture purposes to use regular sugar. And then you need baking powder, baking soda, salt, and vanilla, all very important. You can add scoops of collagen. That's what I did back in the day. You have like unflavored collagen powder. I like it because it's kind of like a different texture than protein powder, so it really doesn't disturb the recipe all that much. Oh, and don't forget lots of chocolate in the batter and on top. This is gonna be just high protein because we got that peanut butter and these chickpeas, incredible fiber, wholesome nutrients. Is this like a real blondie? No, they don't taste like a real blondie, but they taste delicious in their own ways. I have it in the pan. It's definitely thick. It's like up to here. The perfect situation for this would be doubling it, but I literally ran out of peanut butter. I had barely a half a cup. But next time I make this, because I will be making it again, I think I'm gonna double the batch and make it in an 8x8 pan because I feel like that would be the perfect thickness. But it's too little for an 8x8 and it's probably too much for this loaf pan, but we're gonna run with it. I'm gonna sprinkle some chopped chocolate on top. So you're probably wondering, Caroline, I've never heard of this before. You're psycho for putting garbanzo beans in, I can't keep doing that, in this in this blondie thing. You cannot taste them. I know, a lot of people say BS like that all over the internet of like, oh, you can't taste that Greek yogurt in this cheesecake recipe. Yeah, you can. You cannot taste, I don't think. I could be wrong. You can make these and say, Caroline, these are disgusting. I totally taste the chickpeas. I can't even taste it in the batter. So it's going in. This is like an incredible cookie dough batter hack. It's literally just chickpeas, sugar, and peanut butter. So it just tastes like cookie dough. So I was quite impatient. It was way too soon for me to cut these. They needed to probably cool down a little bit more. I also couldn't wait to try them. So I ate one on camera while my mom was like watching TV and eating. And so I didn't want to interrupt her and tell her to turn off the TV or whatever. But long story short, let's talk about them now. Turned out incredible. They don't move, like they don't rise or puff up or anything. So how you smooth out the top when you go to put it in the pan is how they're gonna look on top. So try to make it as smooth and flat as possible just for aesthetic purposes. I totally used the wrong chocolate on top. It wasn't the right type of chocolate that melts and puddles. Definitely need to remake these and like photograph them so they're prettier. As you can see, I've tried to show a close-up of it. These really do get a nice cookie crust exterior, and then the inside is cooked cookie dough taste, kind of. I used 1/3 cup of sugar. I would really, really recommend, if you're used to normal desserts, normal sweets, normal candy, you would want to do 1/2 cup of sugar. If the batter is too sweet for you, it'll probably turn out to be just the right amount of sweetness going in, because anything baked is less sweet than the batter. If the batter is just right there, spot on, perfectly sweet, it's not sweet enough, because when it bakes, it loses that sweetness. They're delicious, they're fudgy, they're dense, they're, like I said, the crusty exterior, the fudgy inside. So now I have like 8 little servings for the rest of the week. It was fun to make a throwback recipe to finish out the vlog. But anyways, thank you so, so much for watching. Please share in the comments below what your favorite part of the video was. And if you enjoyed it, if you got any value out of it. I know this vlog was so all over the place. I hope to get better at filming more like cohesive storytelling vlogs. This one was just a lot of capturing and a lot of just mashing together and editing. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed. I am so, so, so grateful for your support. I cannot express that enough. Seriously, thank you so much. You guys are incredible. And until next time, I hope you create a very, very zestful day. Ciao.